Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the 2024 presidential election. This is going to be my first prediction. And right now on your screen is my final categorization for the 2020 election. And I'll go over the categories right now. Tilt, that's these two colors with the check marks on them that I just put, the one that says tilt. To be in that tilt category, a state has to have gone to the winner by less than 1 point. Then leans, these two colors with the check mark, that light red and light blue. To be a lean for a party, you have to have gone to the winner by 1 to 5 points. To be in that likely category for the party, you have to have gone to the winner by 5 to 10 points. And to be in that safe, that's the dark, you have to have gone to the winner by over 10 points. So we've also got Wikipedia up here, which will show us how each state has shifted and help us make this prediction. So I'm going to start changing some of these categorizations. But first we need to figure out who the Republican and Democratic nominees will be. So they're not going to be Biden or Trump. I don't believe that Trump will run. Well, I think a Trump will run. I wouldn't be shocked if Donald Trump runs. I don't think he'll win. I don't think he should run. I think it's very dumb. He could run. I doubt he will run, or I doubt he'll win. I think that the Republicans will go for a more moderate candidate, and he will not be able to win because he's definitely not moderate. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that Nikki Haley will be the Republican nominee. She'll be able to get both moderates and conservatives. She's got really a prominent standing amongst both moderates and conservatives, so she'll probably have a very good chance at winning here, the Republican primary. And on the Democratic side, most likely going to be Vice President Kamala Harris. It could be somebody else, definitely, especially if she decides not to run, which I guess she could, but I doubt it. But, yeah, it could be somebody else. I doubt it, though. I think that it's going to be her or Biden, and I don't think Biden will run. So it will be her, I think. Vice presidential candidates. For Nikki Haley, I'm going to go with Rick Scott. He's a senator from Florida. Of course, he's pretty moderate. He's really got the same kind of, he's on the same side of the political spectrum, really, as Nikki Haley is, so that's why. He's also from a flip state, so that's probably going to, that's why she's probably going to pick him. The Democratic vice presidential nominee is going to be hard. It's not going to be Gavin Newsom. I think they'll want to pick somebody from a flip state. It could be somebody like Mark Kelly, but I would doubt it. I think that a good bet might be, it's probably going to be a male candidate, I would guess. I don't know, it would be kind of fun to see like a Stacey Abrams, Kamala Harris ticket, but I don't think that's going to happen realistically. There's always the chance that like Ossoff wins and it's him. I'm just going to go with the first person that comes to mind. I think they're going to want to win North Carolina, and I think they're going to go with Governor Roy Cooper. That might be he's generally moderate, and they'll probably think he can propel them to victory in the state of North Carolina. Okay, let's start by saying, well, Nevada is probably going to stay in that leans column. We'll start in the West. Arizona, on the other hand, is going to go to the leans column, but they're going to go to a Republican. The only reason why Arizona didn't vote Republican, well, we can look here, but Arizona went to Joe Biden by 0.3 points. In 2016, it went to Trump by around a little less than 4 points. No, sorry. Yeah, a little less than 4 points. In 2012, it went to Romney by almost 10 points. This is a historically Republican state, and I think probably the only reason why Biden was able to win this was because of how moderate he was, and also because of how unpopular Trump was in the state and amongst the whole country, and how conservative he was. So I think that Nikki Haley will be able to win Arizona. Colorado, I don't think that's going to change. New Mexico, that's not going to change. Texas, probably not going to change. It's going to become a little more conservative from 2020. Iowa, I know that this might be an unpopular view amongst Democrats. It's going to be a popular view amongst Republicans, but Iowa's gone. And I think that it's going to move into the safe Republican column there. Probably will vote for Trump or Haley by over Kamala Harris, or over 10 points here. It voted for Trump by around 9 points. So 2016, 10 points. It used to be a Democratic state, so, but it's going to go to Nikki Haley by over 10 points here in 2024. Okay, so Wisconsin, that's going to be interesting. And that is going to become a very, very close state. I mean, maybe if you look at they won by identical margins, except Biden won it, the Democrat, Trump won it, the Republican. But I don't think this is going to go as far to go Republican unless Nikki Haley's vice presidential candidate is Paul Ryan, who is from Wisconsin, or is somebody who appeals to Wisconsin citizens. Or, of course, somebody else other than Nikki Haley who appeals to Wisconsin citizens. I don't think this is going to go to Biden, or Haley, but I think it's going to be much closer than it was in 2020. It's going to definitely be in that flip category. So, Michigan, that's probably going to move a little to the right. It's probably still going to stand still. Pennsylvania, again, this is a state that's going to move a little to the right. It's actually probably going to move a good amount to the right. Maybe a few points to the, or maybe a half a point or so to the right. Maybe a little more. I'm going to say that this becomes a tilt in 2024. I think it's going to become a tilt, in 2024. Speaking of tilts, the closest, or one of the closest races in the 2020 election, Georgia, that's probably going to go to Haley in a tilt. North Carolina's going to become a little more liberal. It's the governor, of course, is Kamala's vice president in this scenario. But this was a very close state, and I think that it will move a little over to the left. Not enough to flip this state, but enough to flip it into the tilt category instead of the leans category. This is probably pretty much it for maybe places like this is probably, I think this is a pretty accurate map. You could look at Florida and say, it moves a little to the right or it moves a little to the left. Probably, if anything, in fact, I think this is going to be in 2020 actually on the verge of a likely, if not a likely. I'm going to go with Florida's actually going to be a likely in this case. It's going to vote for Nikki Haley by around 5 points. And Florida is kind of losing its position as a flip state. It's still going to be close, but I don't know if it's going to be as close. And right now, it's looking like a likely. It just barely fit into that leans category in 2020. So I think with Rick Scott as the vice presidential candidate, it will give Haley a boost there, and she'll win the state. Okay, so this is our... I want to change one more thing. I think that... No, I like this. So I think this is going to be our map. We'll be updating this in a little bit, but 279, Kamala Harris. 259, 259, Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley could definitely win with the state of maybe Wisconsin, with the state of Pennsylvania. I think Michigan might be a little bit of a reach, but she could still definitely win that. Haley, of course, with 2 flips in this scenario, but she needed at least one more. She in the state of Pennsylvania or somewhere like that to actually win her the election. And again, please, in the comment section, in fact, I'm gonna, after this video is done filming, I'm going to put in a Google form where you can tell me who you think will win that scenario. But I don't want to make this video too long, so it takes forever to download. I'd love to talk to you about this more, but can't right now, so gotta go. Bye, guys.